Israel-Iran war news. Special, U.S. should abstain from UN honoring Iranian leader's death in chopper crash. According to a U.S. official, the country will not attend Thursday's UN homage to the late Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi, who tragically passed away in a helicopter crash earlier this month. It is customary for the 193-member United Nations General Assembly to gather in remembrance of any world leader who was serving as head of state when they passed away. Raisi will be the subject of remarks at the memorial service. A senior U.S. official informed Reuters that the U.S. will not be participating in any way at the event. No prior news of the U.S. boycott has surfaced. A hardliner named Raisi was killed on May 19 after his chopper crashed in bad weather near the Azerbaijan border in the mountains. He was considered a possible successor to Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Rather of honoring Iran's longtime oppressor, the UN should be supporting the Iranian people, the American official argued. In 1988, Raisi was complicit in the extrajudicial executions of thousands of political detainees, among other heinous human rights crimes. Under his leadership, Iran witnessed some of the most heinous human rights violations ever documented, particularly perpetrated against its female citizens, the official stated. On May 20, before commencing an unrelated meeting, the United Nations Security Council observed a moment of silence to honor the victims of the helicopter crash. Robert Wood, the Deputy United States Ambassador to the United Nations, stood grudgingly with his 14 colleagues. United States officials conveyed their official condolences on Raisi's passing on May 20, according to the State Department. No question this individual had a lot of blood on his hands, added White House National Security spokesperson John Kirby that day. Some Republican lawmakers in Congress harshly condemned the Biden administration for extending condolences to Iran. During his presidency, which began in 2021, Raisi, who is 63 years old, enforced stricter morals rules, led a brutal crackdown on anti-government protests, and made strong demands in nuclear negotiations with world powers. During a heated dispute that lasted for weeks, the wife of Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito allegedly spat on the neighbor's car. In the end, a young couple who lived close to the Alito's house in Fairfax County, Virginia, called the police, saying that Martha Ann Alito had harassed them. As stated in a report by the New York Times, the right-wing justice and his wife owned 2 properties, and the newspaper published multiple stories detailing how fans of Donald Trump's Stop the Steal campaign had displayed flags at those locations. During the latter half of 2020 and the first few days of 2021, just after Joe Biden became president, the Alitos allegedly flew an American flag inverted on top of their Virginia property. Mr. Alito had earlier stated that he had nothing to do with his wife flying the inverted American flag for a brief period during a dispute with neighbors. According to Tuesday's story in the Times, a couple who lived in close proximity to the Alitos contacted the police on February 15, 2021, alleging that they had multiple violent confrontations with Ms. Alito.